Before I tell you what the big E is that the world used to trap you, let me show you something. This is you, right? This is you. You know, you're on your spiritual journey. You know, you're learning, you're growing, you're trying to become the best version of yourself. You know, that's you right there. You know, you're trying to create wealth for you and your family. You're growing. This was you a few years ago. And this was you a decade ago. Now, over the years, you've grown, you've become, you know, better. You know, you've grown. Over a decade ago, a few years ago, and that's you now. Now, the reason why it's hard for you to break through to go to the next level and you feel like you're being trapped by this world. I say this in my previous video where I talk about you have to control the matrix, but in order to control the matrix, you have to control yourself. You get what I'm saying? I had mentioned that in that video. Now, the world will always keep you and try to keep you immature because the world is immature. The world is all based on the eyes, illusion, instant gratification, and all that type of stuff. So you won't be able to see the bigger picture and you won't be able to get what you want. Now, Caleb, how does the world keep me trapped? For example, now, before you became conscious, and if you're watching this video, you are pretty self-aware, and you know, for you to be at this point in your journey, that means you know some stuff. So before you became conscious, you know, you were in a certain friend group, you had certain friends, you know, you're around a certain family members, you know, certain clubs, like, you know, social gathering, like social settings, like you normally go to certain, you know, social places, like the bar, maybe restaurants, maybe in the community hanging out, you know, like you go to these places, you're around these things. Now when you start to grow and you start to change and you start to become a better person, now you're gonna have, there's a lot of tests that the universe is going to throw at you to see if you're actually the person that you say you are. Like, if you were operating in a different state of being, do not for 1 second think when you're trying to become better and go to the next level, you're not going to be tested. That is not, you are going to be tested. And the biggest test, one of the biggest tests you get is this. Now, the test is going to be the test of this is what it's going to be about. Doubt. Everything that comes against you when you're trying to go towards your desired reality and step into the life that you want. Everything that trying to test you, it's trying to test you for you to go within yourself, to face the doubts that you have within yourself, so you can then make a change and then project that certainty. Now, when you're no longer in doubt, you're in certainty. And you need certainty for manifestation. Because when you're certain of something, you're going to have confidence. You get what I'm saying? And confidence, with confidence, you're going to have faith. You're going to have faith in knowing that everything that's happening is working out in your favor and it's working for you. And with that belief, with that state of being, with that state of consciousness, you're going to take action despite what your physical world is saying to you. Now you're wondering, Caleb, what is the big E that is trapping me in my current reality? All right. I'm going to give you the big E. But first, I had to explain this to you so you know what your current reality is trying to do. It's trying to project doubt on you. And that doubt is for you. If you do feel like it's resonating with you, that means it's inviting you to go within yourself to realize, why am I doubting this? And what about my beliefs? Is it your beliefs, or what could it be within me that is making me doubt what I actually want? Like, if you want a bottle of water right now and you're thirsty, you're not gonna doubt yourself to get up, go downstairs, or get up and go get a bottle of water if you want a bottle of water. So what is it that's stopping you from manifesting and go for what you desire? Like, if I want some water right now, I am not gonna get up and wonder, am I capable of going to drink some water? No, because I know and I trust my ability to go and get water to drink. Now it's the same thing. Now if I doubt, imagine me getting up and down and like, I don't know if I can go get some water. I don't know, am I capable of going to drink some water? You see how stupid that is? It don't make no sense, right? And we do this all the time. So I'm not making this video from a place of judgment. I'm just bringing awareness to challenges that I have been through. And if you're resonating on my same frequency, if you're watching this video, that means you've also been through this and probably currently going through it. So keep watching. This video might be able to help you shift. Because let me tell you this. You're going to be attached to reality if you react. Now, reality will always, and the physical world will always get you to react. And it can get you to react positively or negatively. There is no positive or negative. It's only in the physical world there is duality. Down in the third dimensional realm, you have positive, negative, you have dark and light, you have good and bad. But when you go higher, you start vibrating higher and you raise your frequency, you realize that everything is one. It's down in the physical three-dimensional reality that everything is separate, and it come off as it's separate. We are not separate. Nothing is separate from you. And you gotta understand that. So now when you're down into three-dimensional reality and something manifests in front of you and you start to react to it, that reaction is going to let go a certain... Now, here's the big E. The big E you've been waiting for. Emotions. Now, your emotions, that is what's keeping you trapped into the reality you're in right now. And your emotions is what's stopping you from stepping into the life that you want. And I'm going to explain why. Now, if a situation manifests in front of you and it triggers something within you, now you have to realize that, hey, you have to understand that you have an opportunity to go within yourself and ask yourself, how am I manifesting this? And what is this trying to teach me? Because if you're reacting to something that's happening outside of you in a way that is negative, that means you're consciously creating it and you don't know. And you're mad at yourself for creating something. And it's a loop that's going to keep you trapped. And that's the tricking part. Now, when you understand why you react and you heal from that thing and then you change your perspective, now you made an internal shift. Now, if that situation should manifest again, this is where the universe is going to test you. The universe is going to test to see if you learn your lesson. Now, when that test come back again, instead of reacting, you can respond. 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 Now, Caleb, what do you mean I have to respond? What's the difference between reacting and responding? When you react, it means the situation is more firm than you. Whatever makes you react is more firm than you, and it's more stable than you, so you are reacting. And normally, when you react to something, you're either in a fight or flight mode. Because the thing is, the reason why you're gonna react is because you lack the ability to respond. To respond. And what is responsibility? Normally, reality is trying to get you to go within yourself, to take responsibility for your own creation. So, when something manifests in front of you and you react, you're reacting because you lack the ability to respond with the ability that is required to dissipate that situation and to empower yourself so you can best have that situation serve you in the way that it should. Now, this is not judgment. Again, I am just bringing awareness to you so you can understand and see how your emotions plays a big role. Now, what is emotion, K-Love? I'm sure you've heard this before. Your emotion is energy. Energy in motion. Now, if your emotion is energy in motion, now, if a situation manifests and it gets you to react, that means that situation got your attention, right? Because if it doesn't have your attention, it doesn't exist in your world or in your present moment experience. It doesn't exist if it doesn't have your attention right now. Now, so if a situation manifests in front of you and it gets you to react, that means it have your attention. And you have to understand, whatever your attention is on, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. The world is going to give you the content of your attention, not the context. So you might have a negative or positive attention on something. The world is just going to give you what it is you have your attention on. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. It does not matter. So you can determine what aspect of it the world give to you. So if you're focusing on the negative, you're giving your attention to the situation that made you react, but you're giving it negative attention. You have to understand, wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. That's where your emotion is going to go. Now, your emotion is energy in motion. So that negative emotion is going to flow into the situation that caused you to react. And you're reacting negatively, so you're only going to perpetuate and create that more and more and more. That's how your emotions are keeping you trapped to that paradigm. Now, Caleb, how do I shift from reacting to responding? Like I said, everything starts from within. If something causes you to react, it's time for you to sit your ass down and go within yourself and ask, why did this trigger me? And what do I believe about myself? What do I think is true about myself internally that caused this to trigger me? And how can I learn from this and better empower myself so this situation does not trigger me anymore and keep me trapped? And this can happen with so many different situations in your life, and it's the same principle, it's the same process. You just use the same process in every single aspect of your life. And the more you do it, the better you become at it, to where it become automatic. Like I say, this is very automatic for me right now. If someone pissed me off, I don't blame the person. I go within myself and ask myself, why did this piss me off? What do I believe about myself and that person that caused them to have that power to piss me off? Because if the world can piss you off, then the world can control you. If the world can dictate what emotion you feel, then the world can control you. Whether the world can give you a compliment or criticism, it doesn't matter. If I can tell you you look good and it change how you feel about yourself, then I can tell you you're ugly and it change how you feel about yourself also. The person that can give you a positive compliment can also ruin your goddamn day. But when you are the person that reinforce and validate yourself, when that person do that for you, it's not going to change how you feel about yourself, because you already gave that to yourself. And it's that simple, bro. Now, K-Love, how do I respond instead of react? Now, you have to take responsibility. And again, responsibility mean you respond with the ability necessary for the situation that manifested. So if a particular situation manifested and you don't have the ability to handle it, you're going to react. And that's what's going to cause you to, go into fight or flight mode. And the thing is, now if you're like me, now you're like contemplating and you're like, okay, so I see that I messed up and I want to fix this. I want to respond now. So I don't know what the situation is in your life right now that is bothering you. But for example, I'm going to give an example from my life. Now, let me think about an example because, all right, let me think about an example. All right, so I remember, right? I was living with this lady. So this lady is my one of my dad's, ex-girlfriend. And I was, living with this lady. And she and my brother, right? They had an argument. And I'm an empath. So if I'm in an environment and it's negative, I'm going to feel the pain of the people around me. If the environment is negative and the energy is there. So, they probably got into a disagreement, and the energy was tense, and she was walking out the house, right? And I just said something to her like, could you please go and talk to him and fix this because it's hurting me. I can feel it in my body. And she said something like, I forgot exactly what she said. Yo, the pain I felt, she, I don't know, she kind of brushed it off in a way like, basically, what she said energetically, I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So internally, the pain that I felt, because all that anger that she felt inside of her, right? That she wanted to spew out at my brother because she had a lot to say to him and she was mad, and I was the person that she could release that on because I had the capacity to receive it, and I was the nice guy, the soft guy that is respectful and kind. So I had the capacity to receive all of that energy, that dark energy, because why? I was going to a point in my life where any energy that I receive, I could transmute it into a better energy form and use it as fuel to get to where I want to get to. Now, when she said whatever she said, the pain that I felt within myself, I went downstairs into the basement right away. And I don't know, the pain was calling me inside my body. So I closed my eyes, I went on my knees. And I was like thinking inside, I was like, then it called me to connect back with my inner child. Then I was talking to my inner child, and guess what my inner child told me? I need stability. I need you to take responsibility now and protect me. I need you to step up and take responsibility because now you're an adult. You have to understand your inner child is there within you, and your inner child probably do not feel safe. And that is why you're going to run and fight and hide. You lack the ability to take responsibility for your life because you don't know better. Now, so when I went downstairs and I was bawling my eyes out because I had to release all of that pain, because what she released within me was energy, that dark energy she released within me that helped me go and face myself because the pain was too much within me that I had to go put attention on it and listen and learn what the pain was trying to teach me. And what the pain was trying to teach me is I need to stop depending on people outside of myself. And even if you're going to depend on people outside of yourself, always have a backup plan and don't be stupid. Don't rely on people too much because they will let you down. Things change. People change. Circumstances change. You need to become self-reliant. Self mean inner, reliant mean trust. You need to develop inner trust. So your inner child need to trust you to start taking responsibility for your current life circumstance. Now, I know I just said a lot there, so slow it down and take notes. So, again, how can you put it in a simpler term, Caleb, so I can understand what you mean by responding instead of reacting? And what? How? I want to know, like, say to me like you're talking to someone in the fifth grade, Caleb. I want to understand. Okay. Now, you can only react if something trigger you. That means whatever that person say, you believe it at to some point that it is true about you. And you might not consciously believe it, but subconsciously you believe it, and that's why it triggers you. Because if I drive a red Lamborghini and someone came up to me and started laughing at me and be like, ah, that's the dude with the blue ugly Ferrari. I am going to think that person is crazy because I drive a red Lamborghini and I know for a fact I drive a red Lamborghini. You get what I'm saying? So now if I drive a red Lamborghini and this dude came up to me and like, oh, you the dude with the red Lamborghini, I can be like, how do you know? And you know what I'm saying? Now I can respond with the ability because I do drive a red Lamborghini. So it's like if you don't believe it to be true about yourself, it will not trigger you, bro. It's that simple. Now, you have to go within yourself and see, why is this triggering me emotionally? And why do I feel the way I feel? And you need to put your awareness on it and ask yourself internally, why do I feel the way I feel? The answers will come to the surface. And the answers will need you to take responsibility so you can shift. Because I guarantee if you don't take responsibility for the pain that's going on within you, you won't realize how it's manifesting in your life, and you won't be able to break the cycle, because that cycle is going to be like an invisible force that's keeping you trapped emotionally in a certain reality. This is why you need to heal your traumas, and this can go back as far as childhood. You get what I'm saying? As far as childhood, all of those early stage, even years that you don't remember. When you're like 5, you probably don't even remember, all those years. But it could go back to that time frame. So you have to become very aware and see, like, okay, for example, the dynamic between my mom and dad was my dad used to beat my mom. So me as a first child, watching my dad beat my mom, I used to feel the need to go and protect my mom. My dad would always whoop my ass. So now, growing up, every female that I come in contact with, I feel the need to overextend myself to protect them and to do that. So I became a nice guy. By me becoming a nice guy, now my self-worth got tied up in how I can treat a female. Now this even extend to money. Now when I was broke, I don't feel good about myself because I don't have money to take care of the female that I'm dating. And I didn't see myself as valuable when I didn't have money. So you see how just because of the dynamic, because of your parents, how it can lead to your adult life if you're not aware of it. So now, if a female asks me to buy something and I can't buy it, I feel like crap about myself because I can't protect my mom. I can't help my mom. You get what I'm saying? So until you become aware of how subconsciously you've been programmed based on the dynamic of your parents, whatever is happening in your life right now, how you're reacting, it probably stemmed from all the way back there. Now, you become aware of whatever the situation is. Now, say you heal. When that situation manifests now, you're going to be able to respond. You're going to be able to respond, not react. And what the responding, when you respond with the right ability, when you respond the right way, you're still maintaining your composure. You're responding from a place of no resistance. No resistance. Because whatever you resist persists. You get what I'm saying? And whatever you embrace becomes grace. So when that situation comes back to you, and manifests again, maybe it's a friend that normally talks shit about you and talk down on you to your face. Normally you would feel like crap about it because you have low self-esteem. But now say you went inside yourself and you reflect and you heal. Now when you go around that friend again and that friend try to disrespect you and make you feel like shit about yourself, you're not gonna react and you're not gonna respond so they get a reaction. The world is gonna always look for an emotional reaction out of you. And if the world can get a reaction out of you positively or negatively, it got control over you. And whatever have control over you will trap you within a certain box. You have to take control over yourself and release your attachment to the world. Because again, not only your emotions keep you attached, the story you have attached, the story you have also keep you attached. When you change that story, what you see changes. So, yes, my mom and my dad was going through that and it affected me like that. Now I don't look at it as my dad abandoned me and my mom abandoned me, and because my dad was beating my mom and my mom had to leave. And I thought my mom abandoned me subconsciously as a child. Then I thought my dad was this blah 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 that and the third. They now that I changed the story to they were doing the best with what they had. They probably didn't know better, or if they do and didn't, it doesn't matter. They did what they did and it made me the person I am today, because what I learned from it and I got an example of what not to be like. Now I changed the whole story, so that situation is not going to keep me trapped for me to react anymore. I use that situation to empower me. You can have two people that experience the same thing. One of them becomes successful and one of them become a bum, and they're going to give you the same answer. My dad was abusive, that's why I became successful. And the other one is going to say, my dad was abusive, that's why I didn't make it. It's the same story. It's how you choose to go by and use that story. Now, again, the big E, emotions. Emotions. This right here, man, if you can control your emotions, if you can control your emotions, the world is your oyster. If you can control your emotions, you can control the world. And because if you can control your emotions, you can control yourself. Because your emotion is what you use to send out a frequency to the universe. Now, the reason why a lot of people can't send out a clear signal to the universe is because they can't control their emotions. So they don't even know that they are like a lighthouse, and they're shining their light out in the world. They don't realize that they're transmitting a frequency, a energetical, like a signature, energetical signature out. And the frequency that you send out to the universe is going to determine the reality that manifests towards you. And your frequency is going to be determined on your level of consciousness. Are you operating from a state of peace, love, compassion, joy, excitement? Those are high level of consciousness. When you're operating from that level of consciousness, you are light. You don't feel any like dark energy. You don't feel dark. Your body feels light. Everything feels light. You are still. You are present in the moment. Now, Caleb, you're telling me that my emotions is what's keeping me trapped into my present reality. And, I've heard this before, Caleb. But the way you explain it is so sweet. Like you explain it better than anybody else. I know, I know, I know. Caleb, tell me, how can I use my emotions to manifest what I desire? Manifest the reality I want. I got you. Now, in order to use your emotions to manifest the reality you desire, you have to get your emotion under control. That means you have to get your mind under control, your will under control. You get what I'm saying? Because when you get your mind under control and your will under control, you need your mind to get your emotions under control. So once you have your mind and your will under control, if you haven't seen the video where I talk about the soul and how to use your soul to manifest, go watch that video. Because you need to get your mind under control and your will. Your will is, that drive to take action. You need to become disciplined. If you don't become disciplined mentally, how do you expect to control your emotions? If you don't do what you say you're going to do for yourself, you cannot control your emotions. The world will, because you're not doing what you want to do. You're going in the world. You're probably in the wrong places at the wrong time, speaking to the wrong people. You're not in alignment. So therefore, your emotion will not be in alignment. All right. I control my emotions. Why? Because if I see that you're not talking about anything successful and you're not trying to elevate, I will end conversating with you and move on and go about my day. Because I don't have time to waste with time wasters. Now, did I make that clear? Keep watching the video. Make sure you're taking notes. Don't not waste. As a matter of fact, you're only wasting your time. I am here delivering this information to you to serve you. I am serving you so you can change your life. And what you choose to do with this information is up to you. Hey, I'm just doing my part. And I'm cool, alright? So, Caleb, like you say, you're so good at explaining how can I use my emotions to manifest. Like I said, get your mind and your will under control. And how you go by doing that, go watch that soul manifestation video. Alright. Now, you have your mind, your will. Now you controlling your emotion. Now, you need to direct your emotion towards the reality that you want to create. That means you need to know what you want. And when you know what you want, this is the key word. You need to know what you want. Not, oh, I believe this is what I want. Oh, I think this is what I want. No, you have to know what you want and be clear. Be clear on what you want. Because it will not manifest until you're clear about it. And you don't have to worry about the how it's going to happen and the when it's going to happen. You just need to know what you want and be clear on what you want. Now, this is where the mind, the will comes into play. You're going to take action, and the action that you're going to take is you're going to sit your ass down and you're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize you having the thing that you want. So if it's a car you want, visualize yourself driving that car, listening to your favorite music. And if it helps, while you close your eyes, put your favorite music on. But while you close your eyes, think about as if you're in the car listening to that favorite music. And that feeling as if you're in the car will come. The key word here is feeling. 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 Feeling is a certain emotion. Because now you're tapping into the energy of the desired reality that you're trying to go into. You're literally tuning your body, your mind, and every part of your being to the frequency of that reality. And then whatever frequency you tune into emotionally, energetically, that's the reality that's going to open up for you. So you have to understand the life that you want right now, it exists right now. Creation is already finished. You have to tune your frequency to the desired reality that you want. If you have your remote and you turn on the TV to channel 105 and say it's CNN, that's on channel 105, you're going to expect CNN. That is the same thing. When you know what you want and you have a clear picture, a clear visualization with an elevated emotion, emotion, you will know that it is already yours. You will know because your heart is going to be connected to it. And once your heart got connected to it, you're going to have a knowing in your spirit, in your soul, in your mind, in your whole being that you are already the person that is living in that reality. And life will just manifest it to you. You will just be going on your day-to-day life. People, places, and things will organize itself around you to bring that to you. And just by you tapping into the feeling state, this is the most important part. You need to tap into the feeling state of that desired reality. That means you need to focus your attention on what you want, not what you don't want. Because it's not the context of your attention, it is the content that you receive. So if you're focusing positive or negative attention on anything, you're going to get whatever it is you're focusing on. You're going to experience it, positive or negative. So you can choose the context. Why not choose positive if you're going to get it anyway? Like, you're going to get it anyway. Like, whatever you want, you get. So why not choose the positive aspect of what you want? It's that simple. Now, Caleb, you say focus my attention on what I want and then get emotionally involved with it. Because that emotional involvement in what you want is going to create excitement. Whoo! And that excitement, oh man. When you create that emotional, you get really emotionally involved in whatever it is you want, you're going to have a level of excitement that is going to be bliss. You're going to be in the present moment in flow, and you're going to feel serene. You're going to have confidence, and you're going to know that whatever it is you want is already yours, so you're not going to chase. You're going to attract. This is what I'm trying to get to. Attract. You don't want to respond. You don't want to react, because when you're reacting, you're a victim to the world. But when you respond, you are influencing the world, and you are showing the world that you are firm in what you believe, and you trust yourself, and you have a force behind you, and the world have to give you what you want because you're not here to play. And when you're not here to play, the world is not going to play with you. It's that simple. All right? So don't react. Respond with the ability to go and get what you want. And once you have that ability to go and get what you want, you will know that it's already yours. The key word is knowing it's already yours, because believing is not enough. Believing still have room for doubt. And I'm going to be making another video about knowing and believing, and keep watching. Keep watching the channel, make sure you keep watching. And I ain't really gotta, subscribe if you want. I don't really care though. Like, as long as you watching and go change your life, I don't really care if you subscribe. You get what I'm saying? So, alright. Now, you're not reacting anymore. You're responding, and you see your life start to change. You need to keep tapping into that emotional, you need to keep feeling the emotions of your future, because what that's going to do is it's going to get your body, your mind, and everything ready for that life that you're walking into. The thing is, a lot of people think you can only visualize it and you can only feel it and you can see it. Your physical body and your whole state of being got to become the thing that can fit into that reality. So therefore, you're going to start taking aligned action that is going to transform you on all levels so you can fit into that reality. But the key thing that you want to do is tune your frequency to the feeling state of that particular reality, and that reality will open up to you. And when you send so much energy within that reality, then that energy is going to build up, and it's going to build momentum to where now that energy is going to start to pull you in that reality. Because that energy that build up in that reality is more powerful than the energy that you're putting into it. So now that energy is going to suck you into that reality. That's when it's attracting, it's magnetized to you. So people might say, oh, it's magnetized to me. You just put so much energy into that reality that that reality became more powerful than you. It's going to pull you into it. Now you need to get that reality more powerful than your old self so that reality can pull you from your old self. That is why you need a strong vision, and you need to be emotionally involved in that strong vision positively. Bars, man. Like I keep flowing. Like I'm just yo. Y'all be sleeping on me, man. Make sure you go watch the video about the soul. Go watch the video about the giant. Go check out the channel, man. I started from rock bottom with this. So I'm excited to see where this go in the next few months. And I know a lot of y'all are watching and seeing me when I'm here right now going crazy. But hey, I have over 370 videos on this channel. And it took over 370 videos before I could get one that hit off. And I'm just honored, man. I'm just glad to be here serving you. I'm excited. I have fun. I love talking about this. I love talking about this. That's why I can come on here and do it so effortlessly. And this is work for me. Imagine getting up every day and getting paid to do what you want to do, like just talking, and you're making thousands of dollars, and people are out there in the world struggling, doing physical labor, thinking they got to work hard for money. Like, imagine that. That's a blessing, and I cannot I gotta show gratitude and appreciation for the blessings that's in my life, and you should too.